Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtyam Dvandvātītam Gaganasadusham Tattvamasya-dilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvade Sakshibodham Bhavatītam Triguణarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Nithyanandam, a very warm welcome to all of the viewers who are joining with us from wherever you are all over the world. Now, Krishna Janmashtami is just a few days away, and in Kailasa, we celebrate Krishna Janmashtami in the most grand way because we are literally living with Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Krishna Janmashtami is the day that we celebrate the happening of Bhagavan Sri Krishna, one of the greatest incarnations of Mahavishnu on planet Earth thousands of years ago. This is the day that we in Kailasa celebrate
the happening of Krishna once again in the form of Swamiji, our own Bhagavan Sri Krishna, who is giving us the experiences of all of the Leelas of Bhagavan Sri Krishna. And today we have a very special devotee who has been a lifelong devotee of Bhagavan Sri Krishna. And in 2006, she had the opportunity to experience Bhagavan in her form through the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, through Swamiji. And ever since then, life has never been the same. She has had beautiful experiences with revelations about Bhagavad Gita and even the very blessed birth of her child, who will also be joining us today for today's interview. And before we get started, let us understand a little bit about who the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is and what Kailasa is all about.
The greatest thing I learned is the stamina, power, strength of Parameshwara Sankalpa, the will, persistence and ready to sacrifice, do tyaga of anything for the purpose.
Without further delay, we would love to introduce Ma Roopa and Madhavan to all of the viewers.
Nithyanandam, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Ma. Thank you.
Thank you. So, can we get started learning a little bit about your life before Swamiji and how you grew up?
Yeah. So, I would say I am from a very small town in India, in Karnataka. And I was growing close to a temple, and my school was very traditional school, emphasizing on Hindu philosophies during those times. And school also used to invite gurus, and also in the temple also gurus used to come, Harikatha Dasas used to come. So a lot of festivals, everything used to happen. And then in my school, actually, once one of the Harikatha Dasa who came in, and he talked about Bhagavad Gita. He said, like, as kids, if you don't do anything, at least read Bhagavad Gita and make a point of reading like one chapter a day. And we also, school also is to teach Bhagavad Gita for us as part of the moral science class. So when I heard, probably I don't remember because it's either in third grade or fourth grade, very early age. I took it very seriously. I was like, let me try. He's saying, so there's nothing wrong in trying. So very next day, I found the old Bhagavad Gita in the house, and then I started reading. Cannot understand Sanskrit, so I was trying to read the Kannada translation, and went on and on for years. It went on. So as I was reading, as a child, I picked up very few concepts. One is you do your part of the action, don't worry about the result. And the last sloka is where Krishna and Arjuna are together. The success is guaranteed. So that's what I remember. Those two slokas I remember. And then I was remembering that. So any exams, any competitions that comes in the school, I will put my name. And then even at the taluk level, district level, anything, I am not worried because Krishna is there with me. And I used to start with like Krishna Arpanamastu and write whatever Krishna says. To my surprise, like nobody used to really teach me because my friends, like they used to get some tutoring from others or parents. For me, it's like, okay, whatever Krishna tells, like whatever comes to me, I will write. And so it's very interesting. Like a lot of times I used to win prizes, and the type of prizes I win is very interesting because suddenly once I went to my brother, like we are like 5 kids. So I went to my elder brother saying that, hey, everybody are using one particular type of the pen in middle school. That's called Hero pen. I don't know if it is very popular now, but that was very popular when we were reading. And I went to my brother saying that, hey, I want Hero pen, a new pen. He said like, no new pen. It's like, you are going to get only the old ones after I use. And then I was like, okay, I go to Krishna and it's like, Krishna is like, I need a new pen. And he's like, he's not giving me, he's annoying. So, and suddenly some competition comes up in front of me. I was like, okay, let me go and write the essay. And to my surprise, like in that particular essay, I got second prize. And then when I went to collect the prize, it was that hero pen that I asked for. That was like, that was shocking. And then as a kid, I was like, oh, okay, it's Krishna's gift. He has given me, he has taken care of. And then similarly, I went to my brother, I think in high school, as we get into the high school, I wanted my own instrumental. We used to call it as a geometry box, instrumental box. It's a Camel brand. That particular brand I wanted. Again, my brother is like, no, you are not going to get it. You're going to get the old one. So I was like, again, I was sad. And then again, I tell Krishna, I was like, and suddenly some quiz competition comes up in the high school, and I was like not even knowing what is that quiz competition and all this. That's the first time. And the teacher picks my name, is like, you have to go. I'm like, I don't even know anything. And I go attend, and then a lot of intuition, like those images and all those things, they're flashing. It's like, I'm like, Krishna, tell me what is it? And then its answer becomes right. And then I got first prize without even any preparation. That's the Krishna's miracle. And when I got the first prize, I was very, to my surprise, exactly the Camel brand, the instrumental box is what they gift me as a prize. I was like so much like blissed out, like Krishna answering all my, taking care of me throughout my life, whatever I asked, my desires. So that made me believe that like I am Krishna. And then I was brought up by my father's sister, aunt. My parents were there, but she was very lovingly taking care of me. So for me, she was Yashoda. Everybody is like, hey, your Yashoda is here. And then I automatically become Krishna. And
Wow.
in my 10th grade, before even the 10th grade starts, suddenly my mom said, is like, hey, why are you coming second and third rank and all? It's like, you are not focusing on your studies. So she, and then I was like, okay, Krishna is like, she's telling me that I'm not focusing on my studies. So can you give me like 90%, 540 out of 600, make sure that I'm first to the school, and I want to be like the first to the history of the school. So all those things I told Krishna, and then it's like I started doing my action, right? Like just get up in the morning, read Gita, and go to school, go do your studies and everything. And 10th is a public exam. So after the exam is done, results came out, and then I didn't go to check the results. And my friends were all like, even teachers were like, what is problem with her? Is she so arrogant? Why is she not checking? Because for me, it's like, I've already told Krishna, and Krishna would have given what I've asked him. So that confidence was there. And my friend came and said like, hey, do you know you are not going, but do you know what is your marks? And then I was like, yeah, I know. I'm like, you haven't even seen your marks. How do you know? And then, okay, you tell me what is it? And then she's like, you got like 90% and 540 out of 600, and you are number one to the school. Nobody has beaten your score so far. I was like, yeah, I know everything that Krishna has given, whatever I told him.
Amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was my journey of Krishna. And then as a child, I was also praying. I was like, Krishna, I don't remember what I was in Dwapar Yuga, but at least what you taught to Arjuna in person, I don't know, I need you now, right now in person. So I used to even think like, are you born somewhere here on the planet? And am I not able to find you? And it was that's a conversation that I used to have, but I used to say like, I really need to hear the Bhagavad Gita from you, Krishna. I want you to be my guru. And my family is not like very they were not promoting guru or anything, so they were like, as usual, like okay, do your job and go studies and all those things. Then what happened is I did my engineering, I came to US, and my aunt passed away. After my aunt, who's my Yashoda, passed away, I felt like, oh, the life is like dark for me, like I didn't know what to do. So and then Krishna was there with me, but still he's talking, but I'm not listening. I'm not in a listening mode anymore because I lost my physical form of Yashoda, who was pouring the love on me. And then within the same week, I still remember because she passed away on Tuesday, and Swamiji's program happened on the weekend. And because I was so sad in my office, they told me like, here is one Swami coming. Why don't you attend the program? I was like, oh, really? Weekend is like, I can't spend my weekend. All those mind started giving all those justifications. And then I was like, no, you should just sit because this is the priority. And I was like, then I was like, I told myself, yes, I am sad. I don't know what to do. And then I should make my time, go sit in that program. So that's when Swamiji came. That's the first time I saw him. And that's the first time I'm seeing Guru very closely in my life. So that was a Dhyana Spurana program, and Swamiji is talking. I was still in my own sadness of losing my aunt. And then during the energy darshan, Swamiji came in Krishna's dress. He dressed himself as Krishna. He danced like Krishna. We were just so blissed out. The entire hall was like filled with the bliss. I that's when I was like, oh my God, this is like, I see Krishna, Vrindavan, and Vaikuntha. That whole sadness inside my heart in the inner space was replaced by the bliss, like the calmness. I still remember that first transformation that happened. And then in energy darshan as well, I gave letter to Swamiji about my aunt. Swamiji said like, I'll take care, you don't need to worry. And that's like a, oh, he said like he will take care, I don't need to worry. So that whole shift happened, and my friends who were sitting next to me, my colleagues who were part of the program too, they were like, oh my God, what happened to you? We see the whole shift in like you were like crying in remembering your aunt, and then now you are like totally blissed out. I was like, yeah. And then Swamiji it was a weekday, Monday, and there's like Swamiji announced a healer initiation. I was like, yeah, I'm canceling my meetings on Monday and I'm continuing for the next day as well. We were all like so surprised, and then we didn't want to move away from that place. That was my first experience. That's in I think is in April 2006 in Seattle. That's where I met Swamiji. It was like more like a high school boy. It was such a great connection.
Wow.
It's so sweet how Swamiji just, obviously Swamiji doesn't know there's somebody in the audience, there's somebody who is deeply connected to Krishna and wants, it's just literally that energy that Bhagavan Sri Krishna himself manifesting through Swamiji, making it happen for you that day. That is so amazing. And
just for the devotion of one devotee, how Swamiji manifests, and to give that healing, that experience, that bliss, just for one devotee, how Swamiji just knows and manifests. It's so beautiful, Ma. And since then, after that, that was in 2006. Now it's been 19 years. But what was your journey like with Swamiji? Did you immediately click and realize like, oh, wow, my Krishna has come? Or was it a gradual process? How did that happen for you?
Yeah. Thank you, Ma. Actually, after 2006, 2007, again Swamiji came. So again, I attended the programs. I was just following Swamiji to attend all the programs because there's like bliss in it, right? And then went to Cambodia with Swamiji. I think 50 of us were with in Cambodia along with Swamiji. So it was very interesting. since I've been reading Gita, Krishna has been helping, and I've been like understanding a lot of things. But still, it was very interesting that Krishna's image, Krishna and Swamiji, I used to treat differently, right? Swamiji as Guru, Krishna as different, and then it was like the images coming together was like little bit. It took some time. Um, in Cambodia, actually, there was a question somebody posed. Another devotee was Krishna devotee was feeling the same uh, challenge as me. They were like, Swamiji, I'm not able to relate you and Krishna together. I'm a Krishna devotee. Help me out. And that's when Swamiji, I remember what I heard is, Ma, Krishna, what you're thinking is a fantasy of Krishna. You have not seen him. How do you know? You're only looking at the murtis and thinking that okay, this is how Krishna is. But Krishna is like me only. Like I am like Indian. He's saying like uh, uh, in the human form, he'll be talking like me. So, but that was the click that happened to me immediately. Oh my God! It's like I am living with the fantasy of Krishna. When Krishna is in front of me, I'm looking for Krishna of my own fantasy, right? And that's when both the images came together, and then I realized like Krishna himself is saying like I am in Swamiji's body, I'm here, you asked for me, and I'm here in the physical form right in front of you. Even a small wish as a child that I asked for, I was able to connect my dots back right to the histories like, oh my God, I asked this and you gave me this. That's a phenomenal connection that happened to me. And then as a child, I was also asking, I want to hear Gita from you, from Krishna. And then like I remember because after my first donation, I got a DVDs of Bhagavad Gita, Swamiji's Bhagavad Gita discourse, which was just done. I just missed it because I didn't know there was a Gita discourse happening in Los Angeles. So those DVDs came to my house, and then I was like, and I had the time to watch. I just watched like a binge watch, right? Like one after the other, one after the other, one after the other. I was literally in tears because that's really took me to that Gita Upadesha. At that moment of Krishna and Arjuna's conversation, the way Swamiji has talked in the Bhagavad Gita is like, it's so unbiased, very pure. So that's another click that happened. Is like, oh my God, Krishna is like, I was asking for it and you fulfilled even that too. And also to show me that I am here. I'm here in Swamiji. Right? He's giving like so many connections and clues for me to realize. And after that, yeah, no doubt, no questions, right? All the images merged into Swamiji, and Swamiji is Krishna for me.
Beautifully said, man. Actually, like how each being, who, whatever way they connect to the divine, to the ultimate, to the cosmos, to Krishna, to Shiva, whoever, Swamiji manifests exactly in that way for them. Whether it's Krishna, whether it's Shiva, so many devotees have shared this exact experience with their Ishtadevata, how Swamiji has manifested and given them that experience, the ultimate experience, the thing that they've been seeking their whole life. And it's so beautiful every time to hear how Swamiji attends to the deepest yearning of every single devotee, and how that deep yearning you had to experience the Gita, just how Swamiji just like seamlessly manifested that for you.
And Swamiji always says that all the incarnations, all of the previous incarnations, even Satya Sai Baba, Bhagavan Sri Krishna, all of them, they're still alive. And not only that, they're enriching. They're the ones who are connecting each and every one to the living incarnation, the manifest form of Paramashiva on earth right now. And that is exactly how your life has manifested, Ma. That's so beautiful. And this is something that's written in the Puranas. This is not a normal story. This is not a Hollywood story. This is something that's written in the Puranas and will be written forever. And because you are a Sarvanivita Yajaman and as a founding member of Kailasa, your connection will be like written into the history of this nation.
Yes. And actually, Ma, how beautifully, like we hear always in the Puranas that, when you pray, you yearn and you seek God, you seek Krishna, you seek Shiva, or whoever it is, how they manifest in life for you, how they will give you darshan, and you actually had that as your living experience. Now, you had another beautiful blessing soon after meeting Swamiji, and that blessing is sitting right next to you. Can you share a little bit about how it was with Madhavan and having Swamiji's blessings to have Madhavan?
Yes, Ma. Yeah, actually, Swamiji was the first person to know that I was even pregnant. So I took his blessings, and my whole pregnancy was like physical from the doctor's perspective. They were like ups and downs. They were like every doctor, they will say this is wrong, that is wrong. So they will scare. But I was during those times there was no Facebook to connect with Swamiji directly. So I used to connect with his sannyasis and send the message. And Swamiji is like, do Guru Puja every day, I will take care. Ask her to do Guru Puja, I will take care. So the moment I heard that, I was doing Guru Puja every day. I have not left it, right? Even for one day. So that is the bliss that came in with the Guru Puja, because Krishna merged into Guru. Guru is saying, Guru, do Guru Puja, I will take care. And the doctors say something, and then I go to Swamiji, I say like, Swamiji, you take care. And the pregnancy became so beautiful, irrespective of, doesn't matter what the blood reports come and tell, doctors say. And the doctor, in fact, she was also, actually, I felt like she was God sent. Swamiji sent only. The doctor was very she
Ma, can you start from
Yes, and Ma Roopa was sharing about her experience with delivering Madhavan and her entire pregnancy. I'll let you continue, Ma, with that.
Yeah, so Swamiji took care of, made sure that everything is very normal, delivery is normal, and he was born on the Chitra Nakshatra, Swamiji's Nakshatra, and Trayodasi evening. So all these things I didn't know. The Tamil friends around me, they said, hey, it's very auspicious, it's Shiva's energy. And I could feel the energy, Swamiji's energy in that whole labor ward, because it was very different. And yeah, everything went out very well. Everybody was surprised around me. My mother, everybody was surprised, like the way the whole miracles happened. Even the doctor was surprised.
Wow.
Because it turned out like so beautifully, everything well. And as a Krishna devotee too, he will talk like Swamiji here at home. And so he has been, it's a great opportunity, because I was in Seattle. Yeah. So Madhavan had a great opportunity. Swamiji has created these beautiful temples everywhere, right? Whether you see Nataraja in Seattle, Meenakshi in San Jose,
Wow.
Kalasteshwara here in Houston, and we used to go to Adinam in Bengaluru as well. And so Madhavan has a child, he has been growing up in the temples. And so for me as a mother, what I enjoyed is the temple community and also the devotion. For today's kids, I feel like I'll be very successful if I can transfer the devotion and surrender aspect to the next generation. And that is what like I keep like talking about devotion and surrender, taking him to the temples, volunteering in the temples, being around the temples. Even if they have to play, let them play in the temple with the deities, around the deities.
Well,
Yeah.
would you be able to share with us one incident where you saw or you understood for the first time maybe that Madhavan is not a normal child. He is literally Swamiji's energy, Swamiji's blessing. Would you be able to share
When
one
that really
incident?
clicked for you?
Yes,
When that
ma'am.
clicked.
Like lot of situations actually. As a small child, I still remember he was not even talking. Probably 1.5 years or something. He when I'm doing puja, and then I don't want him to reach the puja place, right? So I used to keep it on the top. And then he will come with a big box rolling from the top of the house, and then roll the box through the staircase. And from there only he's like, I'm coming, coming. He was like like he will be wobbling. And then I'm like, what is he trying to do? And then he will bring that big box and put near the Guru Puja kit. And then he will stand on the box, and then he doesn't know how to say. He will take the bell and he's like, ah, yeah, like so he will do the chanting for like 20 minutes. So that's when I saw that like that has come to him, right? The Guru Puja and all the my cognitions, a lot of it he has taken with Swamiji's blessing. Like Swamiji says, like by memory gets transferred too, right? And then it was very interesting. Where I think it was maybe 5 years or so. That's when Swamiji did one Kalpatru in San Jose, and this boy is like he just goes in front of Swamiji, and we are all asking like, give me all this what is it? The garage sale items, right? The candies, like give me good job, give me this. All the adults were asking, and this boy goes and ask Swamiji, saying, Swamiji, make me as a pure energy as Shiva.
Wow.
That was like we were stunned. And I was like, what is it really asking? And I know Swamiji will take care, right? I was just watching, but Swamiji did not, like, he took, for him a consciousness is yearning for something higher, right? So for the ultimate, he immediately initiated him into Shivoham mantra. That's the first time Swamiji initiated 3 times. He said, and repeat. Immediately he said, repeat. And then he repeated. And he said, chant every day, night before going to bed and in the morning. So he remembers all those things, and he still chants every day before going to bed. He will chant all his mantras, and then he will sleep because he doesn't want to, like, he doesn't really, Guru Walk means he Guru Walk. So he will, a lot of it, whatever Swamiji says, Swamiji's guidance is ultimate, and I cannot really interfere and put my ideas into him, because he says like, hey, in satsang you did not understand properly, and this is how Swamiji is talking, and this is what is the understanding. Then he will go to ask Nithyananda if he needs more clarification. Otherwise, he will go to Swamiji on Facebook.
That's beautiful, man. It's actually something so rare to hear, an American teenager, American child growing up in the US with so much of influence from society, who's yes. And as Ma Roopa was sharing about her experiences with raising a divine child who has been blessed by Swamiji, who has been blessed to be raised in the eyes of the avatar from the time of birth, actually. And nowadays we concept of surrender, the concept of guru, God, all of that enters, but you are experiencing this beautiful temple-based lifestyle and experiencing the life of deity worship, of like the ecosystem that Swamiji has built. Can you share a little bit, Madhavan, about your experience growing up with Swamiji, growing up with this temple
course.
ecosystem?
I've known Swamiji for longer than I could remember, honestly. And the temple ecosystem has really transformed every single part of my life, I would say. The temple ecosystem, I participate in it because I find like a sense of participate in the temple ecosystem, the temple seva especially, because many other things, other pleasures, they resonate with my mind, but like the temple ecosystem, it really resonates with my very being. It's like an art. It's also like just celebrating the very act of doing puja, and honestly, it makes every single other part of my life like honestly a puja. When I take an exam, I treat the exam paper as a deity, and I'm able to write an exam just like how I do puja. And as I was saying, I've known Swamiji for longer than I
Wow.
could possibly remember, and the first incident that I actually remember of Swamiji was actually the incident that my mother was describing, where I just remember that in the San Jose temple, I wrote down on a small piece of paper the exact words, "I want to be energy like Shiva." And I honestly wasn't sure why I wrote it down. And then I went up to Swamiji and then I asked him that. And then, as my mom said, he initiated me into Shivoham, Shivoham, Shivoham. And since then, I've been repeating it every single day. And honestly, it feels really great repeating Shivoham, Shivoham, Shivoham and following
Wow.
Swamiji simply because it feels like it feels like a next level of power that I don't really find anywhere else.
Wow. Actually, like I don't think I've ever met a 17-year-old American teenager who speaks like about the temple ecosystem with so much of joy and with the experience of from the age of 5 repeating the same mantra that Swamiji's given just to fulfill that guru walk, and it just goes to show the power, the blessing of Swamiji when Swamiji gives that initiation, gives that blessing. Swamiji not only ordains, Swamiji sustains. Like from the age of 5, continuously repeating Shivoham, I am Shiva. That experience that Swamiji's given is something that is irreplaceable. Nothing that like you were sharing, Mother, like nothing outside can ever give you that experience. Nothing outside, no other joy can actually fulfill you like that. Can you share a little bit about your experience now? Of course, growing up in the US is we both have experienced before. It is a completely different lifestyle, completely withdrawn from that new ecosystem that Swamiji is giving us.
There's such a stark difference between the life in school with your friends, with peer pressure, capitalism, chronic capitalism, where that is taking over. Materialistic life is literally taking over you. But here you are living the best of both worlds, having a beautiful infrastructure of the American society, but also living the truths, the Hindu truths, having a temple ecosystem, doing the yoga, puja every single day, and being able to benefit from each of these conscious truths that Swamiji has initiated you into. Would you be able to speak into what that stark difference is? What you see is the stark difference between maybe the people, your friends, or and how you have a lifestyle, and how do you bridge those two together?
And we will be hearing a lot.
is the stamina, power, strength of Parameshwara Sankalpa, the will, persistence and ready to sacrifice, do tyaga of anything for the purpose. The greatest thing I learned is the stamina, power, strength of Parameshwara Sankalpa, the will, persistence and ready to sacrifice, do tyaga of anything for the purpose. The greatest thing I learned is the stamina, power, strength of Parameshwara Sankalpa, the will, persistence and ready to sacrifice, do tyaga of anything for the purpose. The greatest thing I learned is the stamina, power, strength of Parameshwara Sankalpa.
Yes. And now we'll be hearing from Madhavan about his experiences balancing the materialistic American society, growing up in that, but not being sucked into it, about being still living that conscious-based lifestyle with the grace and blessings of Swamiji.
Yes. So I feel like, actually, I know that because of what I've learned throughout my life with Swamiji, I'm actually able to resonate more with everyone around me, even the people who are in modern life. I believe I'm actually able to socialize really well with them. I'm actually able to get along extremely well with them. I'm able to make a lot of friends a lot easier. I'm not afraid to talk to basically anybody because I'm able to experience a state of oneness with them. At the end of the day, because I'm able to experience oneness with everyone in what we consider to be the materialistic world, I'm able to really understand them, enjoy their presence, and have a great time. And it's not
Wow.
just people as well. Every single aspect of material life, I'm actually able to truly enjoy it to the fullest. As I mentioned before, exams. I mean, for a while, I used to dread exams as well, and most of the people I know dread exams. But now I feel like exams are just another test of the cosmos, and it's a really fun, game. And I'm really actually, have because of the oneness with that I have with the exam, I'm able to just treat exams as a prayer as a form of, as a ritual, as a puja. And I'm really able, the materialistic life that many people consider to be challenging. And it just because I focus on like the state of oneness, the state of being, powerful and experiencing all the every single materialistic experience to its fullest. And what it means is I'm able to experience the divinity in all the materialism around me. So I feel like that's why I'm able to really resonate with the people around me, and I'm also able to enrich them as well in many different ways.
Yeah, I want to add some things here. In here when we attended Paramashivam 3, we were in Dallas, and then so Madhavan was interacting with Swamiji a lot. Swamiji was like patiently answering all Madhavan's questions. And then I think he was asking more about how to be rooted in Hinduism, because Swamiji said go to temple, do seva, and connect to the deities. And after that, that's it. It's like, okay, Amma, let's pack our bags, go to Houston. Houston is our nearest temple. So we just had to pack everything and then be here in Houston. And that's when we both are like puja charyas in the Houston temple. So our day starts with like another problem with in US. A lot of our neighbors, we see Indian kids, right? Even taking shower is such a big problem for them. They don't think it's important in the morning. And Madhavan is like, yeah, no problem. He will take a shower, do puja, yoga puja, and no food is taken. We don't take the food without puja. If Naivedyam is not offered to Swamiji, we don't get to eat food either. And then he doesn't eat in the restaurants. He is very clear to his friends. He will come socialize, but he will not eat anything outside. It has to be cooked at home and offered to Swamiji, and then he will eat. Because Swamiji said in the satsang that, hey, prasadatarian is what you guys have to practice. So he's like, after that, he's like, I'm not eating. Even if the neighbors cook also, like, have you offered to deities? Only then it comes. I don't.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it's been like over maybe 4 to 5 years since I've eaten like at a restaurant or eaten junk food. So I've been maintaining that.
Yeah. That's amazing. And I really would say, having grown up in the United States, I would have loved to have seen an exam paper as a deity, and to have had that cognition that is just a game of the cosmos. I mean, I would say that definitely I had such these cognitions that Swamiji only gives are the best way that children should grow up and should be able to interact with life, not feel limitations, not feel exam stress. These are the cognitions that Swamiji blesses us with, and this is literally how a Gurukul kid lives. Like the life that Madhavan is living is how Gurukul children live, how they are.
Yes.
We just heard from Madhavan about how he relates with exams, about how he doesn't take food outside of just the food that is offered, living a life of a true prasadarian, as Swamiji says, as a person who only eats the food that is offered to deities and consumes that prasada. That is the life of a true Hindu, and how Swamiji has raised the children of Kailasa, has raised the kids of Gurukul. And this beautiful way of interacting with life is a way that every single kid, every single child deserves to live and to enrich themselves, living free from stress joyfully.
And not only that, beautifully Madhvendra was sharing about how he is able to interact with people, but not get sucked into the peer pressure, get sucked into the materialism, get sucked into all of the negative aspects of society, but rather enjoy everything and connect with everyone in oneness. And finally, still staying true to who he is, staying true to his consciousness. And this confidence, this clarity in life can only be given with the initiation from Swamiji, from Guru. And it's beautiful, growing up before meeting Swamiji, the experience of whether it's peer pressure, whether it's bullying, whether it's confusion, not knowing who you are. But when I'm seeing Madhavan how he is growing up with Swamiji's grace and blessings continuously, like I'm just so shocked that a 17-year-old has so much of confidence and clarity about who he is and what he wants in life, like that, and not getting sucked into any kind of peer pressure or bullying or anything. Like that is the most beautiful thing you can give your child. Any wealth, education, anything else is like is secondary when you have that consciousness, that confidence, that clarity about life. Can you share a little bit how you feel that your life has been different from your friends and what you've seen with the people around you?
I would say, yeah, it's true that my life is, it's different. For example, I eat generally healthy food. I I feel, I go to online school as well. So this is actually something that I asked Swamiji in 8th grade, actually. So I went to the local middle school, and I was really not having the best time there. A lot of time was spent on things completely unrelated to studying, actually, and a bunch of different things. I attended the Paramashivam level 3 program during that time, and that's when I would say the biggest shift happened. I asked, like, something in me just wanted to attend a different kind of school, an online school. So I asked Swamiji, and then Swamiji blessed me to do so. And actually, it was after getting the blessing that I realized the true, depth of what just happened. My life, I was, in some ways, it's like an experiment now. I was taking a really fun, I was doing a really fun experiment on how I, as an individual, would transform with it. And I did kung fu as well. So there, and I did kung fu as well. So there's so many different ways, I feel like I have the ability to do things that almost nobody else has done. And it really, honestly, it really makes me feel amazing, really makes me feel powerful.
And you go to ask Nithyananda if you
Wow.
Yeah. I use Ask Nithyananda all the time. I have it on my phone. I have it, on the browser as well. Yeah, and it's great. It's great. I use it for so many
Wow.
different things, and yeah.
And as a mom, as I said, like if he has like low time, right? Sometimes he'll be annoyed with me or something, and then his place is Ask Nithyananda and Satsang, Swamiji Satsang. So now I know that, okay, he will come to the balance very soon.
Wow.
Then he'll be watching continuously Swamiji Satsang, and then he will keep asking questions to Ask Nithyananda, and then he will come and he will do namaskaram to me for my feet, and then he will take my blessing, and he will be back to normal. It is such a pleasure. A lot of my neighbors and others, they appreciate Madhavan. It's not that academically he's behind, right? He has excellent scores. He's really on the top. And with Swamiji's, the way Swamiji brings up the kids, right? Like there is no barrier. Like he doesn't feel anything is difficult. It's like, hey, if it is Swamiji has said it, nothing is difficult. So he can pick up anything very fast, and he's like, okay, and his teachers, even his kung fu teacher, everybody are like surprised. Like something which takes like 7-8 years, he picks up it within like 6. That Shraddha he has picked up, like how Swamiji talks about Shraddha, right? Like the anything
Wow.
you do. Yeah. So a lot of it is like when my friends talk about, I say like what you appreciate in me or Madhavan is the Swamiji's component of Swamiji who is in us is what you're appreciating, right? There's a human component
Wow.
which we are working towards, but connecting back to Swamiji is very important because it is otherwise we'll be humans like everybody else, right? It is the divine component is what the society sees, but the challenge is like they want this to be in the museum, right? They want their kid to be like this, but also they want them to be in the other world too. I don't know how it can. And many times, even as parents, if we are not confident, if we are not believing in our tradition, then it doesn't pass to the kids, right? And that is where Swamiji really talks about it a lot. Like I cannot be living a different lifestyle and expect children to do something else. Yeah.
What you're saying is so beautiful. See, the best thing you can give your child, it's not education or wealth or any of those things, but rather the powerfulness. And that comes from Swamiji, like always connecting back to Swamiji, whether it's using Nithyananda AI or satsang or any of those things, like always having that powerful cognition, always having that powerfulness inside of you. Like, especially as a teenager, there are so many ups and downs of life, so many hormones, so many um, confusions that come. But when you're having the continuous guidance of Swamiji, continuous blessing, continuous powerful cognitions from Swamiji, that's literally the best thing that you can ever give your child as a parent. Now, can you share a little bit about your experiences with like how it felt actually when Swamiji announced Kailasa, the nation, and what it was like when you heard first about Kailasa, the nation, and how does it feel to be a founding member of Kailasa?
For me, when Swamiji announced about Kailasa, I can only think about Krishna's Dwaraka.
Amazing.
Wow.
I was like,
Wow.
oh, there's a Dwaraka here.
Wow.
Awesome.
Yeah,
So
yeah. So,
beautiful.
I for me, yeah, it's Dwaraka, right? It's a door of into the inner space of the Paramashiva and the cosmos.
Wow.
And I'm so happy about having Kailasa for the Hindus, right? Um, it's yeah, it's very difficult in today's world to establish something like this large. Even thinking about it, we know our like I'm from India, Bharat. There's still a lot of things happening, but I'm so excited about like the only in Hindu nation that is coming along and Mahakailasa and seeing all of you. We just yeah, I think looks like he's excited too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are like we are so happy, so happy. And then I see the we keep talking like, okay, this is going to happen to Kailasa, that's going to happen, like that's how it's going to go. And we
Wow.
are like dreaming about like 10 years from now, 20 years from 30 years now, like how Kailasa is going to be. We talk a lot, and that also helps for each for us to really that Vakyartha Sadars that happens. Though any topic that we pick up, we talk a lot about Kailasa.
Wow.
Super excited, yeah.
Yeah, and it's honestly, it's just to add to the question you asked me before about how I'm different. Kailasa, the idea of Kailasa is one of them. Like, just the idea of creating a whole new nation, that's amazing. Like, how many people in the history of, the world have actually thought about that, especially in today's world. We always talk about at most creating a new company or creating, school, but like creating an entire nation. And it really gives me a huge sense of confidence in anything I do. Like, many people my
Wow.
age were rushing towards a super good college, a super good career, a super good company, a job there. And on the other hand, personally for me, this is a revelation that came a few months ago. Like I can just build the next great company. I can just build the next great educational center, the next great college, university. Like the idea of creating a nation, that's like the ultimate. If since Kailasa has been created, I have the power in me to create basically anything else. There's no reason to to create companies, big companies, or create education. I mean, there's no reason to run for jobs in those big companies or spots in those educational centers when I have it in me to actually create my own educational center, which can far exceed anything that we think of, and I have it in me to create a company that can far exceed any of the companies that we see today. That's really the power that Kailasa gave, the idea of just creating a whole new nation.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'll
Exactly. Like what you're sharing, Marvin, is beautiful. Like how Swamiji is not only creating a nation, but inspiring Hindus to take up that responsibility to, create the life that they want, to manifest their own reality, and to create this ecosystem for Hindus all over the world that is moksha centric. Finally, that is ultimately what Kailasa is all about, living that moksha centric lifestyle. And, Swamiji is continuously working day in and day out to create that kind of ecosystem, whether it's in Kailasa or outside of Kailasa, continuously to give that conscious breakthrough to humanity. And, it's really so exciting to be a part of this. And especially you, Ma, you are an SJP Yajman, you are a founding member of Kailasa. So you are getting to be in the ground, in the front line of building this nation with Swamiji's grace and blessings. Can you share a little bit about the journey to SJP?
Yes, Ma. Actually, as I was saying, like after Cambodia trip, like every program Swamiji does, like I was just attending those programs and inner awakening and wonderful experiences in those, like so many miracles that has happened. One, I would say, I think in one of the inner awakening session was, and a lot of it is like, I don't know what to expect, right? Like that is when that happens. Like so I was in one of the materialization session, and then Swamiji, in fact, me to Kailasa through a tunnel, and having the Paramashiva darshan with a lot of yogis sitting in front of Paramashiva and Swamiji merging into Paramashiva. A lot of these things, and the speed was going with the breathing, with the breath speed, with the breathing speed. And I didn't know what was happening that experience. I was only enjoying. Later, Swamiji revealed, like, if you hold on to my breathing, I can take you to Kailasa because my breathing ends in Kailasa. That was one beautiful experience that I had. The other experience was in Varanasi, Rudra Homa was happening, and third eye was awakened. And that's when I could see when the mantra chanting was happening, as they're invoking the different deities, Ganesha and like Rudra and everybody. I can see them coming and taking the ahutis that what we are giving. That was like another like experience of like, oh my God, these are all real, right? Whatever shastras are talking, it is not. Sometimes somebody, oh, you are imagining, you that's this that. No, it is not imagination. It is the proof that if you and the mantras are getting chanted, and it's Varanasi. Like what a combination, right? uh, and yeah, with Swamiji inner awakening, like is a great. I used to love being in his physical presence, and then the energy darshans goes like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. So like he goes on and on. He never gets tired. So much of love. Madhavan and I, we keep talking like if the truth has a physical form, that's Swamiji. If a love has a physical form, that's Swamiji, right? And in that love, the sacrifice that you're doing, only we can see. He will not even see that as a sacrifice. It's just the love, the pure love. And it is because of our impurities, we will not be able to see that as a society, right? Like he's such a pure consciousness, supreme consciousness, Paramashiva, the love, the pure love. And
Absolutely.
that is what I see. Like I'm like so blessed to live in this time where Paramashiva himself is building the Kailasa out of the pure love. All the devatas are coming and living there to have the Hindu like more of a revival, right? Hinduism getting revived. So that's why we are so excited for the future of Kailasa. And
Wow.
yeah,
And
yeah.
you have been actually a devotee for a very long time, for 19 years. And since 2006, that means you have literally seen the history of Kailasa growing. You've seen all of these different leelas of Swamiji, and
Yeah. So in 2010, when the persecution happened, I was very confused because all my friends in Seattle, they were very, very close friends. They all left. So I'm looking around. You don't know where to get the information, right? What is the right, what is wrong, nothing, and so much of confusion, and that so much of what is that? The poison being spread in the society. So at that point, like I was like looking at, okay, went back to my Krishna. I said, Krishna, this relationship that I have been enjoying with you as in the physical form, if it is, I, you tell me whether it's true or not. What is happening? And then when I meditated on this whole thing, and Krishna beautifully, Swamiji himself revealed the voice. The voice I still remember because it is not something I cooked up. He said like, he's Shiva and Shankara, don't doubt him. And you continue with your Guru Puja, he will come back with literally 200x powers.
Wow.
So he will come back with lot more powers. Just you continue with Guru Puja. That's all.
Wow.
And that statement starts with like, he's Shiva and Shankara. And that is when I was like, I couldn't understand what was the voice talking about. And then when I went to Inner Awakening in 2010 November, and that's when I saw Swamiji as Shiva, Paramashiva.
Wow.
He gave the vision multiple times. He has given the vision. And then I could relate back to that voice, right?
Wow. That's
Yeah.
so beautiful.
And we've heard not just from you, Ma. This is your story is so beautiful, but across the Sangha, across the world, in India, in the US, in Europe, so many people who have had profound experiences, reassuring each and every one that what is the persecution that is ongoing is just ultimately one more Leela of Bhagavan, where Swamiji is just showing this amazing side of Swamiji and
That
showing
pure
us
tyaga, and giving us that experience of a deep surrender, connection, devotion, just to continuously bless us and be there for us. Swamiji has given us this experience and continuously has been guiding, even from when Swamiji is like literally going through this persecution, how Swamiji has reached out and touched each devotee, blessed each devotee, and connected to each devotee from their inner voice, and given that clarity to them, and given that reassurance, strength. And that is what has built this Kailasa, that continuous blessing, that continuous guidance, that continuous love, compassion, like you said, Ma. Swamiji, if there is any form of truth, that's Swamiji. If there's any form of compassion, that's Swamiji. If there's any form of love, that is Swamiji. I couldn't have said it better myself, Ma. And that is actually what has built this nation of Kailasa. And to all the viewers, if you too want to experience this for yourself, want to become a founding member of Kailasa and experience the Leelas of Bhagavan once again, you are welcome to sign up and learn more at sksjp.org. We're projecting that link. And I invite each and every one of you to begin your own journey with Swamiji. Ultimately, it is only Swamiji's grace and blessings that each and every one of us get to be a part of this beautiful mission of Kailasa, this nation, this vision that Swamiji is creating. And
thank you so much, Ma Roopa and Madhavan, for joining us tonight and allowing us to witness your journey, to know the insides of how you're living literally a heaven that Swamiji has created for you, and enriched so many of our viewers on what is the possibility inside of Kailasa with Swamiji's grace and blessings. Thank you so much
thank you so
for
much.
joining us. And with this, before concluding, we'd like to offer our gratitude to Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, for creating this Kailasa, for reviving this nation, for each and every one of us to ultimately realize our possibility and to experience Paramadvaita with Paramashivam. Thank you so much, Swamiji. And with this, we will end
With the Purna Mantra.
Om
Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Sarvam Bhagavad Shri Nithyananda Parameshiva Padugar Pranamastu Om Nithyanandam